रोज झन्डै गयो कस्तो छ सोध्छ
Tall black building with a flat roof and 2 white antennas. This is the tallest building in the city of Chicago, third tallest in the United States of America, and the 26th tallest in the world. It is 1,454 feet tall. Now, when it was completed in 1974, it was the tallest building in the world, and it remained the tallest building in the world. It was built to be the world headquarters of Spears. They actually sold the building and moved to the suburbs in the 1990s. Not a lot of people realize they sold the building because the new owner let us just keep calling it the Spears Tower for over a decade. After 9/11, people didn't want to work downtown skyscrapers. So, as their leases expired, the tenants moved out, and the building had very low occupancy. So along came the Willis Insurance Group. It's an insurance company out of London. They were the brokerage company for the Titanic. And they came along, and they offered a way for the building to stay afloat. Just for 30 years. By renting 3 floors in exchange for the naming rights. So they rent 3 floors. They do not own the building, and they're not the principal tenant. The principal tenant is United Airlines, 55% of the building. Now I learned that United Airlines renegotiated their lease, and they now have the naming rights option. So when Willis's lease is up, it could become United Airlines Tower, which is better, because it is Chicago's hometown airline. I mean, either way, my heart will go on. Oh, yes. It's all coming back to me now. It's called the Willis Tower. That is the official name of the building. In Chicago, we spell that S-E-A-R-S. On the 103rd floor is the observation deck. Indiana, Illinois, and Wisconsin. The latest addition to the observation deck is what's called a ledge. The retractable glass boxes that people step out on and they look down. Now the ledge has multiple layers of glass. The top layer is a protective coating, 56 degree stretch. It needs to be replaced about every 5 years. The only way we know that it's not replaced is if we step out onto the ledge. That layer is practically. It happened most recently in June of 2016. Now, Skidmore owns the mural by the architect. Bruce Graham is the leader. Dr. Bosler Kahn is the software. And he's considered to be our Einstein. Maybe it's a bundle of balloon construction. It's 975 foot boxes that are bundled together to allow for the height and protect from the wind, making it a very, very strong building. That said, you've got to slate 18 inches in any direction on the deck, which you want to do to avoid structural damage or broken windows. But people who work there are reporting going into the bathroom on a windy day, and the toilet bowl water is just a splashing away. Which some people think sounds gross. I, for one, I know the great benefit of everything in 20. I will appreciate it today. Anyway, you can get one. Just want to remind everybody when you ask if you're going to have any conversation, be it in person or on the phone. Go downstairs. Now, we've got the Civic Opera building here. It's a favorite on the tour, including 1929. The architects are Graham Anderson, Brooks, and White.
Microphone.
And it's two different sides. Art Deco on the other side. Now, I had a trip about this place, and I knew it was pretty good. But I got to research to give it a nice staff. I didn't get that far. I learned that my trip is actually a flat-out lie made up by a tour guide on the river. I also learned it's the second largest building. Largest opera building in the United States of America. Now, we have the Bank of America Tower. The Vancouver building was completed in 2020. In 2018, they tore down an 8-story office building to make way for a 50-plus-story office building. People ask why would they do that? Because it's simple. You make a lot more money renting 50-plus stories than you do renting. Now, on the other side of the bridge is the Swag Brick building, the Great Lakes building. Before that, it was a temporary structure called the Wigwam.
मन्दिर पनि जानु के हो यस्तो भइरहेको छ पानी हल्ला धेरै गर्छ नि अघि हामी यसमा आउन खोजेको थियौँ नि त त्यसले हामीलाई उता लगेन नि उता लगेन क्या
They haven't specified which ones, but they are both from Texas. In Illinois, we've had 4 presidents: Lincoln, Reagan, Obama, and Grant. Now, dad work. It's also my favorite building during the day. On the river, I love the way it reflects everything. Now, as I mentioned, it does mark the beginning of the Riverwalk. It was completed in 2016 and allows you to go all the way from 333 to Lake Michigan down the main branch of the river, which is about a mile and a half. Now, people ask if there was a Riverwalk before, and the answer is yes. However, it wasn't very inviting. It had extremely narrow sidewalks. What's worse than that, you couldn't walk under any of the bridges. So every time you came to a bridge, you could go up the stairs, across the bridge, back down the stairs. And that's a lot of work. So they added walkways, and these silver things are called eyelashes, and they keep you from getting hit in the head with debris. And then each bay, that's what we call the areas between each of the bridges, each bay has a theme and a name. This particular bay is called the Cove. It's ecological. It's got floating gardens and fauna that's native to the Chicago River. You can fish there. It is catch and release. We do not recommend you eat fish from the Chicago River. The good news is there's fish in the Chicago River. Now, we've got about 70 different species of marine life. In the 70s we had 5. And in the water there are spots with microorganisms to feed the fish. Then there's what's known as fish hotel, which is designed for the spawning of more fish. So if you think about it, it's kind of nice. They can go for a romantic dinner, and the hotel isn't very far away. Now, Mayor Daley commissioned the Riverwalk about 15 years before it got complete, because it had always been the vision of the leadership that the city would be the centerpiece. I lived here then, and I don't speak for all Chicagoans, but I feel fairly secure in telling you we didn't really care about hanging out on the river. Then we got the building with the white base and stack of floors, it's glass and steel. 77 West Wacker, completed 1990. The architect is Ricardo Bofill, and it is in a style that we call classical modernism. So at the base we've got arches, which we associate with classical Roman architecture. And the stack of floors, it's the glass and the steel. It's the modern element. On the very, very top there are pediments, which we associate with classical Greek architecture. Then we have 55 West Wacker. The building looks like a hashtag. If you knew what a Montgomery Ward was, you might call it a pound sign. I read about an architect who specializes in ugly, or read about a tour guide who specializes in ugly architecture, and they referred to this Danny DeVito of buildings. Then we've got then we've got Leo Burnett building, the gray building with the silver mulligans in the window, completed in 1989. The architects are Dinkaloo and Roach. And it is an award-winning building designed to be a column within a column within a column. It is home to Leo Burnett Advertising Agency, which is world famous. Some of their campaigns include Tony the Tiger, Snap Crackle Pop, The Merrimack Sun, and my favorite, the Pillsbury Doughboy. Then we have a Beaux-Arts style building, the old building with that decorative base, stack of floors, decorative top. On the very, very top there's a dome. In architectural terms, it's called a Belvedere. And that was home to the Stratosphere Lounge. People are going to try to tell you this about Alcohol now, but he was already in jail by the time of it. Then we've got the green Art Deco building with the little wire on top. The Union Carbide apartment building, completed in 1928. The architects are the Werner Brothers, Tableman and Son, and it's expected to be inspired by their new celebration of the level of campaign, and that is the first one to celebration. I have one of the two and a half years of the whole play. Then we've got our Vietnam Veterans Memorial. Along the wall is a plaque that lists the names of all the fallen soldiers who were residents of Illinois. We're going parallel to East Wacker Drive. It's also lower East Wacker Drive and lower East Wacker Drive. There's also Northwest and South Wacker Drives. If you're directing a challenge with myself, I recommend you. I'm going to really block the GPS will be unreliable. Now I want to draw your attention over here to the left side of the boat. We've got a neo-Gothic tower called the Tribune Tower, completed in 1925. The architects are Hood and Howells, and it's inspired by European cathedrals. So if you look up there are flying buttresses, in European cathedrals, flying buttresses are road-bearing. The Tribune Tower, they are merely ornamental. Tribune moved out, the building is going to condo. I was thinking about it. That's my conclusion in short. I use my commute to improve my tour. Oh, and they range from $700 to $8 million. On the right-hand side, we have coming into view a blue glass building. The kids on Reddit call it the Whitley Building. It's really Fred Brick building, the Hyatt Regency. South of that is a white building with black roofs. Yeah, Andrew Oil building, and the building. And we moved to class and Kelly Terminal, which is also the world. It's what the land is. So we sat down on building blocks, they were big. And they pulled up the and I said, no, I'm alive. So I feel like you need to know. It's just really hopefully they can happen, but we do inform methodology. If you're not from Chicago, you might tell me a little story as we were playing tennis in the water. You know, I'm going to tell you about the main aircraft. South Francisco, and then Twin River, 40. You go to San Luis Beach. 70 water. We named it Santa Cruz ship. On January 2nd, 1900, we opened the canal and we reversed the floor of the shore. Canal flows down the South Branch, down the canal, down to the Twin River, down the Illinois River, down the Mississippi River, all the way. You can take this boat from the wall. I think about two episodes. First, I say no. There's sort of number one and two. Play with the time you're waiting to have anything. It's all the way to the United States. One of the case facts. Number one. They could not prove the temptation of the Chicago. And number two, they were doing their way. Don't worry, they got even with us. They bottled up that gross disgusting river water and sold it back to us. We then got sued by Michigan, Indiana, and Wisconsin. They claimed revenge. We lost that lawsuit. So the Metropolitan Water built the Chicago River. Rock was built for one reason and one reason. And that is to regulate the amount of water in the Chicago River for because all the laws they make to meet now higher. So every time those are about 800,000 gallons. How many of you over here?
यहाँ सोल्टी हामी छौँ ट्रम्प टावर ग्रेट भ्यू ग्रेट भ्यू हाँस्दै बसी अब खुसी आइहाल्छ माथिने फुल धुमको सबै देखाउँछ क्या यही हो नि त माथिने धुमको उताबाट माथिने गाई रहेछ यहाँ वहाँ गोरु थियो यहाँ गाई रहेछ नाचौँ सोल्टी नाचौँ ए हजुर नाचौँ ल ल सिकागो हामी सिकागोमा चेष्टा पारेर हजुर
जहीँ पनि फुल छ हेर्नु न
आमामा फुल
राम्रो क्या
फुल
यो टोपी झारिरहेछ टोपी झारिरहेछ
योभन्दा सबभन्दा टोरन्टो जस्तो लाग्छ
दर्शकबिनहरू यहाँ हेर्नुहोस् मैले कति
बिल्डिङै बिल्डिङ दिउँसो लाइट बलिरहेको छ के भइरहेको छ
हामीले सबै परिरहेको छ
यो सिरियलले मान्छे धेरै भएर नसकेको होला क्या
उही लिफ्ट रहेछ साइकल छ लिफ्ट साइकल छ
भइरहेको
दामी आयो
ल
यता जाने
सिधै सिधै
अब ट्रम्प टावरमा गएर होला
ए ल एकछिन है $150 150 देखेन ल सही हो त्यो टोपी झर्ने बिल्डिङहरू छ है यो चाहिँ फोटो फोटो फोटो
उयो हो
त्यो गाँजाको नै त
त्यही त गाँजाले त्यो हिँडेर पक्रेर गर्न आँटेको छ खाँदा खाँदै
यति अग्लो छ यति अग्लो छ
हाम्रो कामका साथीहरू बाहिर ब्रेकमा आएर खाएर जान्छ कसरी खाएर
सिधै सिधै अर्को ट्राफिकबाट यस्तो भ्यू देखाइदिनु पर्यो नि त
माथिको देखाउनु न टोपी चस्मै छ बाबु उता माथि छ
सरी यस्तो ठुल्ठुलो बिल्डिङमा नि फुलहरू चाहिँ धेरै रहेछ यहाँ पो दामी रहेछ त सुन्दैछु खिच्नुपर्छ नि ट्रम्प 2024 हो नि त हाम्रो यहाँ बोर्डिङ वेलकम टु द बोट है
एलइडी गइरहेको छ भइहाल्छ
यो चाहिँ हाम्रो लन्डन हाउस टपक्कै टिपेर ल्याएर राखेको जस्तो छ नि त
There, highlighted the greatest city. Well, the previous was there. There. The center of the Sarasota was out. During the game, they went to out Eiffel. They don't have very much system. There's no versus. It has 60 guys. It comes up to your hot country. And it takes 40 minutes to get around. Other enemies, traffic gas, was different. How else are you going to know what time it is? Can't afford an iPhone now. Then we've got this blue-green glass building with a silver steel, 300 North LaSalle, completed in 2009. The architects are Ricard and Chilton, and it is LEED certified platinum. So LEED stands for Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. Platinum is the highest designation you can get. Lots of different features that make this building worthy of a platinum designation. It's got a rooftop garden to mitigate rainfall, and it uses river water for its cooling system. So it takes the river water in, uses it to cool down the air conditioner, and then spits it out at a degree or two warmer. It's one of about a dozen buildings in the river that use river water for its cooling system. And Chicago has the most LEED certified buildings of any city in the United States of America. Then we've got the Merchandise Mart of Chicago, completed in 1831. The architects are Graham, Anderson, Probst, and White. And it is Art Deco. Art Deco is defined by having a limestone facade, strong vertical lines that draw your eye up, setbacks, and geometric ornamentation. It's also the second largest building in the United States of America, number one being the Pentagon. It's got 8 miles of hallway. It was originally built by Marshall Field to consolidate his warehouse. In 1945, he had to sell it due to back taxes. Joseph P. Kennedy purchased it for $13 million. In 1998, Kennedy family sold it for $575 million. So it's called a really good return on your investment. Now, it did not sell the piece of property next to Merchandise Mart. It was a parking lot. They didn't think it was ever going to be valued. So they were quoting on the deal in 98. The facilities manager convinced the nation hold on to it. Financial company, they finished developing it. It's an area called Wolf Point. It's an important place in Chicago's history. One of our first home sites is here. Early 1800s, 66 people lived in Wolf Point. They had a general store, a church, a post office, and 3 taverns, which is about on point for Chicago's tavern to population ratio. Within one of those taverns, in Chicago had its name. Trying to figure out what to call this area, they decided to call it Rivers, what the Native Americans called it. Native Americans called this area Chicago, which means stinky onion. Which is what was going on the banks of the Chicago River. Now we're headed on to the North Branch. This is the only part of the tour we're going to bounce between the 2 different things. And I'll let you know the direction of travel, what side of the boat to look on. First 4 buildings are going to be on the left-hand side, starting with this building, the Arch, River Point.
यो हेर्न यहाँ आइज न कहाँ उहाँ लग्यो
The architects are Ricard and
सबलाई बोला न
And as of 2020, it's LEED certified platinum. I had John Ricard of Ricard and Chilton passenger, and I asked what they did to earn the platinum upgrade. His response was that it's both too technical and too boring for either of us to concern ourselves with. Then we have this white building called the Residences at River Bend, completed in the early 2000s. The architects are Stefano and Partners. and it's in a style that we call contextualism. That's when the building's footprint pays homage to the topography of the land. So we've got a curve in the river, we've got a 360. Got a
यो
curve in the
यता छ
river.
क्या हेर्ने
Now when they built
हामी
it,
त भुइँ हेर्दै
they put all the
हिँडिरहेको छौँ नि
hallways
यता बस्दा भयो त है।
so each building had space each, so that everyone that was there could have enjoy a great view of that wasn't there. They had a great view of the main branch of the Chicago River. In fact, they thought about suing the Tennessee family, but then never followed through. There's Fulton House, the oldest building on the Chicago River. It was one of the
यस्तो
cold storage
प्राइभेटमा पनि
facilities.
जाँदा मजा
So
आउने
imagine a windowless red brick box. The walls were stuffed with cork and horsehair, pizza meat, and backyard gold. It was renovated in the early 1980s. The architect of the renovation was Harry Lee. And through those fireplaces that worked really up to the portable windows, Weiss is known for incorporating nautical pictures. He also designed the Chicago River cottages with imitation nautical motifs. He's also known for triangles. Even the way the marriage of those two motifs is said to be evocative of sailboats. Four townhomes that was built years ago and had all four original owners. One of them sold. I have no idea how much it went for. So I go with technical terms. A lot. On the right-hand side, we've got the Blue and Gold building, the East Bank Club. It's a high-end fitness facility, or as we like to say, where the Jack Patch voters play. We don't know their current members, but former members include Barack Obama, Oprah Winfrey, Michael Jordan, and a family of 80 cats from college. Now, it was completed in 1979, and back then the river was gross with a capital G. So much so that
धुमको
it's
पुल
not
भाँचेको त्यही हो है
the
धुम
original
फिल्ममा पुल
construction
भाँचेको
not
थिएन धुमको धुमको
The river has come along.
त्यो भाँच्दै तल झार्न मिल्छ नि त
Kennedy Park, including the early 2000s, the architects of Papa George and Haynes. And each and every unit built based on spec that they ever broke ground. Now it's a gated community. If you look at eye level, you can see there's a river walk. Sometimes people ask me to walk on the river walk in the park. Because in Chicago, we have a huge community that everyone has access to the water. It's called Streams Free for All. And I'll elaborate on that in a bit. The specific Kennedy Park, the answer is yes. However, only during the day, you must check in with security. And in a gated community, it's not called a river walk. It's not called a sidewalk. It's called a promenade. On the right-hand side, we've got the riverbank lot.
हो अहिले
This is an excellent example of what's known as adaptive reuse. That's when you take a building that has one function, in this case it was a cooking facility, and you turn it into something else. In this case, it's off glass. You can always tell adaptive reuse by the balcony. The balconies are built not off the back. You know you're looking at a building that had a prior life. There's a neighborhood called the River Home. It used to be a shanty town. But in recent years, it's become increasingly popular with parents of tiny people. They should call them children. So they added Montgomery Ward Park, with 4 acres of green space.
अनि हामी भुइँ हेर्दै हिँडिरहेको छौँ तल
A playground.
मैले
It
बोला
also has dogs.
मैले बोलाएको आउन मान्दैन नि त
With a parking lot for charter schools. Now, coming to view are two white aluminum residential high-rises, which are naturally finished. You can see Gray on the park and Erie on the park. It was completed in 2004. The architects are Bouchon LeBron, and it is a rare example.
कस्तो लाग्यो त भाउजू
European
एकदम राम्रो
residential
यस्तो होला
exposed steel skeletal frame. Now, that's a lot of words. What does it mean? It means you've got two buildings on the outside of the building. You see those upside down V's? They're called chevrons. They're not ornamentation. They are supporting the building. Then we've got the blue glass with the white concrete corners of Montgomery. And if you want to, I'm not sure this is before. The very first color cattle lot in the world. One of which in the late 1800, we had an office overlooking Lake Michigan. And people were starting to build across the street.
अहिले बरु मेचिकन लेकमा कहाँ खतरा छ पानी
Everything in that area open to the raw. And then, we spent 20 years suing people, presumably his friends, to prevent them from selling the property. He later said if he knew it would take that long, he wouldn't have done it. We are forever grateful that he did. This property is correct. This is considered Shadow's front yard. It's where you can find Buckingham Mountains, Jazz, and Blues Fest, Taste of Chicago, and of course, Lollapalooza. And certain Lollapalooza is exactly in Montgomery Ward kind of mind. On the other side of the bridge is a building called the Domain. It's a former Montgomery Ward warehouse. It was completed in the 1920s. At which point in time, it was the largest concrete building in the
अहिले लेकमा दामी आउँछ
It's in the
लेक
clearing
आएकै छ
side.
होला कि
Do not stand on the benches, do not stand on the seats, do not sit on the railings, do not stand on the railings. Because no matter how great that picture is, it is not worth being at risk of going overboard or hurting yourself on the deck. And lastly, no smoking on board that includes vapes, cigarettes, and whatever else is legal in the state of Illinois. I don't want the fire alarms to go off. They are loud, they are very annoying, and it takes a bit to clear it up. So, I hope that all was clear. Now with me, you should be pulling off real soon. Please put your hands together for your tour guide and listen.
नभिजिनै रहेछ त्यो मान्छेले
Good
दुईटै साइडबाट
afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alyssa. I'm going to be your tour guide for your 90-minute river architecture tour. Just keep in mind that this is a narrated tour. Sometimes people are more interested in being on a boat than they are in learning about Chicago's history and architecture. Great day for that. Now, we do ask if you're going to have any conversation, if you can go downstairs. You have other great views, you can do your thing while everyone else does their thing. And with that, I'm going to jump right in. Chicago's considered one of the top 10 most beautiful skylines in the world. I'm biased, I think it's the most beautiful. But it is inarguably one of the top 10. And that was made possible by a tragedy. On October 8, 1871, the city of Chicago caught on fire. At the time of the fire, the population was 32,000. During the 2 days of the fire, 1/3 of the city burned to the ground. And that means 17,000 homes and businesses were destroyed, leaving 100,000 people homeless. And 250 people died. It was a tragedy by any stretch of the imagination. It was also an opportunity to give us a second chance to build a second city. And that is why we are called the second city. Not because we're second to New York. They would have you believe. But because we literally built a second city on the ashes, in the debris of the first city. A little bit more history. If you go across that bridge, that's the approximate location of Fort Dearborn. In 1803, the federal government built the fort. In 1812, it was destroyed in a fire during the War of 1812. Now, across the river at street level, we have the London Guarantee and Accident Building. The architect is Alfred Alschuler. And it's in a style that we call Faux Arts, which is defined by having a decorative base.
पानी त झन् ठुलो पो आयो त नि
2 पैसा 100% मान्छ
Now, directly across the river from the London Guarantee and Accident Building is another Faux Arts style. That's the Rickey Building, which is 1924. The architects of Frank Anderson Croce.
कुर्यो है हाम्रो बोट कुर्यो अब चाहिँ
In addition to the decorative base, floors at the top.
हाम्रो बोर्ड हिँडेको अवस्था हो अहिले
We've got 6 different shades of
हामी
glaze.
एकदम डराएको अवस्थामा छौँ अहिले
Starting out with the darkest
कपालजी पुरै
terracotta,
ताक्लो भइसकेछ असल्टी
which
कपालजी पुरै ताक्लो भइसकेछ नि त बे आउँदैछ बे आउँदैछ होइन
they sold the
50
several years ago.
50,000 दिनु अरे क्या 50 रुपियाँ अनि एउटा 1000 दिँदा 50,000 भइगयो हो सिधा अनुसा तिम्रो लागि मजाले हेर्दै गर
So we're turning the boat around. We're going to go down the main branch of the Chicago River, the north branch, the south branch, out to the Permian Basin by Lake Michigan. and then back to the dock. Most of the tours take place on the right-hand side of the boat in the direction of travel. I will let you know that is not the case. From International Hotel and Tower, it's the second tallest building in the city of Chicago and the sixth tallest in the United States of America. It is 1,360 feet tall, with the spire. The architect is Skip Morley and Merrill. The lead architect is Adrian Smith. He is also the lead architect of the tallest boats in the world, which is the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. If you want a sense of how tall the tallest boat in the world is, look out the top problem. And double that. Black steel skyscraper. He died in 1971. He is an international architect who moved here from Germany in the 1930s. He traveled with Illinois bringing with him the international style, which is defined by because he wanted to teach architecture, he would see very strong meaning for Chicago. A lot of international style buildings. Ironically, Richard Goldberg, architect of the New Palace, we call it Point Complex. Goldberg was his philosophy of there are no enemies in nature, there's no enemies in architecture. A lot of people are very curious about how social construction. The elevators stand, and each condo is a pie-shaped house. They really are pie-shaped. They are as hard as we like to be. One piece of pie is a studio, one and a half pieces of pie is a bedroom, 2 pieces of pie is a living room. Pie-shaped condos. And we're going to close skating a few years ago and someone actually skated up over the edge. I'm kidding, that didn't really happen. There really was a skating rink, I just don't know why it closed. Then we've got the scooping glass with